don't stop, don't rock, don't rock, freak, don't stop, don't rock, freak, don't stop.
Who put the ball in the Wednesday net? Who put the ball in the Wednesday net? Who put that ball in the Wednesday net? Super Tyrese Campbell.
That was Sean Needham, and this is the Sheffield United Hodcast. I'm Matt, and here as the Mick McCarthy to my Roy Keane, it's Jonny.
Good evening.
This is a special Hodcast. I finally managed to twist Johnny's arm all the way up his back and make him do this one. We are going to be reviewing tonight Sheffield United's doomed playoff campaigns. Yes, if you don't like misery and you don't like despair, don't bother listening to this one. So, it's no secret amongst Blades fans that Sheffield United are cursed when it comes to the playoffs. As of this year, we're not in the playoffs this year, thankfully. We've competed in 9 playoff campaigns. Obviously, there was the Bristol City one, we all know that, but that was before mine and Johnny's time supporting United, and it was a relegation one. We've been in 9 playoff campaigns across the Championship and League One, and we have not achieved promotion in any of them. We have been to a record 5 playoff finals in 97, 2003, 2009, 2012, and last year, and we have lost all of them. And, as another fantastic statistic, just to tell you how miserable our run is, until the last playoff final last year, and it's still too soon, isn't it, Johnny, for you to talk about this one, we had never scored a goal in a playoff final. So we'd played 378 minutes of final football until Tyrese Campbell scored. That is a thoroughly, thoroughly miserable record. So how this HOD is going to work, we're going to just work our way through, starting in 96-97. I'm going to tee Johnny up. He's going to give us the stats, goal scorers and scorelines from each one, if you can remember them. And then we're going to work our way through to last year. And hopefully by that point, Johnny's capable of talking about it after we've gone through all the other miserable matches. Does that sound as depressing to you as it does to me, Johnny?
It sounds incredibly unfortunate.
So, we're starting 1996, 1997. Who did we play, Johnny?
So, the semi-finals we played Ipswich. I think we finished 5th.
Yep.
That year. It was actually our first season going, weren't it, that year?
Yeah, first proper season. I think we finished 6th, actually, didn't we?
We finished 6th.
No, did we finish 5th, didn't we? Palace finished 6th.
Yeah, I think we finished 5th. We went home leg first. Drew 1-1 with Ipswich at Bramall Lane.
Uh-huh.
I think Fjortoft scored.
He did. Well done.
And I think they scored late on. Obviously, then the really famous one was the return leg because the away goals rule was still in.
It was. It was still in play.
We ended up drawing 2-2. Cachorro scored for us, and then Andy Walker scored in the 90th minute to send us to Wembley.
He did. Who was our manager that season, Johnny?
Kendall. Yeah,
so that season, United had actually played some really good football, hadn't they, at times, and we'd spent quite big money, hadn't we, for the division. We'd got, really, as a championship squad, or Division 1 as it was then, it was a decent squad United had assembled, wasn't it? And Kendall was a good manager with a good reputation. We were under the ownership of the PLC, weren't we? And our chairman was Mike McDonald, Big Mike, or the Big Mac as he called himself. He'd spent a lot of money, and it looked like United were serious challengers that season. Bolton and Barnsley had gone up, hadn't they, automatically? But it was the start of that run that Bolton went on, wasn't it, for a few years of flirting a lot with the Premier League, and then eventually got quite decent at it. As you said, we oversaw Ipswich then over the 2 legs. They scrapped the away goal rule, didn't they, as well, after this? After United had got through to the final. We went to the old Wembley. What happened at the old Wembley, Johnny?
So we lost in the 90th minute. David Hopkin. We were sat on halfway line, literally directly diagonal behind him as he curled it into top bins, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. I think it was the most awful game of football I'd ever seen that day. United didn't attack, did they? Neither did Palace. Neither of them wanted to do anything. And as you say, Hopkin hit one from, well, it seems like from North London.
30 odd yard, weren't it?
It just flew straight into the top corner, didn't it? There was nothing you could do about it.
So that was our first taste of misery.
It was, and United lost at Wembley. So that was 1997. Because United enjoy inflicting misery on their fans, we went into the next season, and there's a great Memory Lane podcast that Roy's done on this one about the Spackman season and what could have been. The squad that we actually started this next season with was better, wasn't it, than the one that Kendall left? Because Kendall had left, hadn't he, to go to Everton. And we started with Spackman, who was player manager, didn't we, this season in 97-98. And it started so full of promise. Just for anyone listening, because, we don't have many listeners, do we, Johnny? Who did United have assembled in that squad in 97-98?
Start of the season, they had Fjortoft and Dean, didn't they?
They did.
Dean Whitehouse.
Yeah.
Carl
Tyler. Yeah, we've still got Kelly.
Kelly, Tracy, Carl Tyler, Nicky Marker, Hutchinson, Mark Patterson.
the Ratter himself.
Ratter. Gareth Taylor. Marcelo.
John Marcelo, as the Greenan always called him.
Some great players.
Yeah, we got Vasilis Babakis. It looked fantastic, didn't it, on paper, that United squad that season. Paul McGrath played as well, didn't he, that season for us?
Paul McGrath played a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Spackman walked, and after Charles Green sold Fjortoft and Dean on the same day. Fjortoft come out and said he didn't want to leave, didn't he?
Well, yeah.
And they made him, basically.
Yeah, those were the days. Sheffield United knew how to press self-destruct. So, at the end of that season, we'd had a really good cup run as well, hadn't we, that year? We'd lost at Old Trafford, hadn't we, in the FA Cup semi-final to Newcastle. Well, we'd still got Wayne Quinn, hadn't we, as well, that season. Alan Shearer scored against us. Who'd done absolutely no tall game other than whine and moan about everything, and then just decided to get up and kick one in net. We lost to Newcastle in the semi-final. Steve Thompson had had to take over as manager. Antika Spackman had walked. Who did we face in the playoffs that year then, Johnny?
So we drew Sunderland. Again, did we finish fifth?
Yeah. Fifth or sixth that season.
Yeah, I can't quite remember if we finished fifth or sixth. Yeah, sorry, sixth, I think. Because we were up in top two, weren't we, for a bit, but I think we had a lot of draws that year.
Yeah, we did.
So we finished sixth, got Sunderland at home first. I remember we were losing early on, weren't they? They wore that gold kit.
Yeah, they did.
And Marcelo score.
Yep.
And Babakis.
That man again, Vasilis Babakis. Now, what was interesting, Babakis had actually scored in the first match of the season, hadn't he, against them?
Yeah, that screamer.
Yeah. Vasilis Babakis, what do you reckon is a right back? You think he's probably one of the best that's ever played for us?
Difficult time to judge, isn't it? Football was so different, man.
Yeah. But yeah, great player.
Decent, but...
They were. This Sunderland side we played against, they were very good, weren't they?
Quinn, Phillips, Gray.
Yeah,
and they went on to have probably best ever player final at that level, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Lionel Perez in net, didn't they? It was a good Sunderland side, that.
Kevin Ball.
Yeah, very, very good Sunderland side. So the first leg we won 2-1, didn't we? Which, to be fair, I don't think anyone saw that coming, did they, at all? No one thought we'd beat Sunderland in that first leg. What happened in the return leg?
Turn leg, we lost 2-0.
We did.
From Kevin Phillips scored for them, didn't he?
He did.
I can't remember the first goal scorer. It might have been an own goal, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, we lost 2-0. I don't think we really turned up, did we?
No, United.
It was.
It was, and we limped into the playoffs, hadn't we, as well? You know, we got, by the end of the season, Dean Saunders were playing, wasn't he, for us, because we brought him in as a kind of make weight for Dean going to Benfica, hadn't we? But obviously this was Saunders who played well, but it was towards the end of his career. And no one expected anything really against Sunderland at all over the 2 legs, and we kind of limped out. Who was playing in that return leg at Sunderland? Can you remember? Right back for United, not with Hodcast. One Chris Wilder.
Wilder, did he? Nice.
Yeah, Wilder was back as a player. Yeah, so that was us. So that was 97-98, and we were just talking kits before we came on, weren't we, Johnny? And United had got 2 good kits as well in a row those years. We'd had the nice Wards one, hadn't we? The Avec black, white and red one that season, which was lovely. And we had that really nice away kit, didn't we? The Wards all white one. Yeah, I remember as well. So, thankfully, they spared us going to Wembley that time. But, you know, United now, the curse started to seem a little bit real. So, they spared us for a couple of years. Roll on 2002-2003. United's manager for that season was who, Johnny?
Mr. Neil Warnock.
Mr. Neil Warnock. Why is this season so infamous for anyone who doesn't know?
This was the season where it was called the Triple Assault, weren't it? We got to League Cup semi-finals, lost.
Yep.
FA Cup final, lost.
Semi-final, yeah.
FA Cup semi-final, lost at Old Trafford. Playoff final, lost.
Yes. So United, that season, played actually some brilliant football, didn't they? It was just a very good division, wasn't it, that year? Portsmouth were in it, weren't they? And it was a Portsmouth side managed by Harry Redknapp that got pulled,
didn't they?
Yeah.
Leicester second, right?
Yeah. 2 really, really strong championship sides, weren't they? This was the season that Brown scored, nearly 20 goals from midfield. Scored a screamer nearly every other match. We had some fantastic games, you know, when you think we'd thrash Wednesday 3-1 at home, didn't we? We had some brilliant games in the Cup. We beat Leeds twice, and this was a Premier League Leeds. We beat them twice in the Cup that season. We went into the playoffs in 3rd place for this one. We were a little way behind Leicester, weren't we, in the end? Quite comfortably 3rd. Who did we play over the 2 legs then, Johnny, in the playoffs on this one?
So probably our most famous playoff game, really, because the second leg in particular, but we played Forest, didn't we? We finished 3rd, they finished 6th. So, away leg first, drew 1-1. David Johnson, the father of Brennan Johnson, scored for them.
He did.
So these ones are a lot easier to remember because we were a bit older then, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
David Johnson scored for them, and then Michael Brown scored a penalty.
He did.
We drew 1 apiece. Second leg, obviously, we went 2 goals down early in the second half. Johnson and Andy Reid.
Yep.
And then
both went on to play for us, didn't they?
Yeah, comeback started. Brown free kick.
Yep. Massive deflection, wasn't it?
Yeah, big deflection.
That's another United connection. Who was the other United connection?
Darren Ward, goalkeeper coach. Cabba then scored. I can remember Kenny punted it long.
Yeah.
And Cabba scored an absolute screamer into top flag.
His goal was incredible, Cabba's, really.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if it wasn't for what happened next, Cabba's goal would be the goal you remember from this match. But what happened next?
So, 2-2, tails up, and then Pesky-Salido scores an absolute worldie. And just spoons it into the corner. in slow motion and then takes his shirt off. It was the oh my god moment.
It was.
Run full length at pitch, oh my god, he'd no shirt on. And pandemonium. Then we made it 4-2, Des Walker on goal.
Yep, never beat Des Walker.
Cap.
It was.
And then obviously, because we don't like to make it easy, Forest scored, I think the Page scored on goal.
I think it was a Page own goal off of Johnson. Johnson smashed it across.
Yeah, they hit it. I remember they had some good players that year. They had Huckabee Johnson, Andy Reid, Louis John, Michael Dawson.
Yeah. It was a good Forest side. Yeah, really good Forest side. Really strong.
Side, wasn't
they did. They really did.
Well, yeah, we went to Wembley after winning 4-3 on the night.
Well, we didn't go to Wembley, did we? Where did we go that year?
Apologies, we went to Cardiff.
Yeah,
come on, team. That you thought the hoodoo were going to break, but yeah.
Yeah, so we went to Cardiff. We went to the Millenium Stadium in Cardiff, and I think everyone thought after we'd done that against Forest that this is going to be it. There's no way on earth United can lose now. Now they've overturned that one. So we go to Cardiff. Who are our opponents, Johnny?
Wolves, who we'd beaten away and drew with at home.
Yep.
Obviously, playoff football works how it works. There's no guaranteed winners. But I just remember when we were younger and that game seemed taking ages to come round. It seemed to be a long time after that semi-final to final.
Yes, it did.
I've no idea how long it were, a couple of weeks or what, but it seemed forever.
Yeah, it did.
And I don't think it helped United. If you scored late on, you want that momentum to carry on, don't you? If you come back and
yeah, you do. Yeah, absolutely. It did. It seemed an eternity between the two. So what happened at Cardiff?
Well, we started obviously fantastic. We were 3 goals down in the space of 20 odd minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, shell shocked, bang. Literally within 4 or 5 minutes. Mark Kennedy.
Yeah, good player.
Nathan Blake score?
I think it might have been Nathan Blake, and the other one was
Georgian Dar.
No, Jolien Lescott.
Lescott? I thought it was Georgian Dar.
No, I'm sure it was Jolien Lescott, weren't it? Didn't Lescott score an header from the corner?
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that was again, that Wolves side, when you look at it on paper, my word.
Incredible.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. If rumours to be believed, apparently Windass had a big set to with Warnock as well, Ante, before the game, because he'd been told he was dropped and this, that and the other. And as usual, United managed to snatch a defeat from the jaws of victory. Start of the second half, did we bring McCall on and suddenly we just looked like we knew how to play football again?
Yeah, got a penalty.
We got a penalty. Yeah, we got a penalty.
Missed. That one season, you just thought that season in particular, you thought if we'd have scored that penalty, we'd have come back.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, we would. Yeah, because we've been doing that all year, hadn't we? We'd literally flip flop through so many games where you thought we were down and out, and then came back, didn't we, and rallied. And I'm with you. If Brown had scored that penalty, because it was just a couple of minutes went into the second half.
Yeah, Tom get post on a free kick.
Yeah. Matt Murray had a lot.
We had a lot of pressure that second half.
Yeah.
I believe, the third goal scorer, we were both incorrect. It wasn't Georgian Dar, it wasn't Lescott, it was Kenny Miller.
Oh, Kenny Miller. God, that's the right player, isn't it, for this division?
Yeah.
My word. What a side that Wolves side was. That's incredible. So that was that one. You kind of hoped at that point we'd never have to be in the playoffs again. United got promoted a couple of seasons later, didn't we? And then we had the infamous Tevez saga. We next went into the playoffs in 2008 and 2009. Can you remember who were our opponents over the 2 legs?
Yes, Preston, North End.
Mm-hmm.
Won a goal, played away first. Obviously, we finished third. Should have gone up that year, really.
Yeah, we should.
if we'd not sold BT in January, I think we'd have gone up automatic.
Yeah, I
It's
think
the final day, we went down to Palace dressed as fairies, if you remember.
Yes, I do. I remember that. It's just an average Saturday. Yeah.
Most famous minibus ever on that roundabout.
It was never. Yeah, cracking day. Cracking day.
Yeah, needed something at Palace, ended up drawing, didn't we? Birmingham won at Reading.
Yeah.
And then, we got Preston playoffs. Away leg first. I can remember going. We drew 1-1. Sean St. Ledger scored for Preston.
Yep. Yeah. Big unit.
And then we were awful. And then second half we came out, we started pumping it a bit. And Brian Howard scored.
Yeah, Brian Howard. Yeah, Brian Howard was a strange player for United, weren't he? Because he'd been Barnes' best player for like ever. And done well. Did he go to Reading after us or before us?
No, he's come straight to us from Barnsley. But did Brian Howard ever fit the United model under Blackwell? No.
No way.
If you're playing long ball, you don't have to play like Brian Howard, do you?
No, we were like when we signed Leon Britton.
Yeah, you've got to get him on ball.
Yeah, and he got neck ache. Yeah. Yeah, so we drew 1-1, didn't we, the first leg? I mean, United didn't play very well, but can you remember why we didn't play particularly well? I mean, you said we sold BT in January, but who played up front for us against Preston?
The wonderful Craig Beatty.
Yes, we did.
He missed some absolute sitters, if you remember.
He did. I've never seen a man not be able to strike a ball like Craig Beatty. I mean, we've got his son on the academy.
They called me that's 12 hours time, 5 times.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Yeah, that was Craig Beatty. So we drew on the first leg. Second leg, Bramall Lane.
1-1 late on.
Mm-hmm.
Went late on. It was second half, definitely. Greg Alford in front of Cop.
Yeah,
I can even tell you who crossed the ball in.
Go on.
Kyle Walker.
Yes, one Kyle Walker. Yeah.
We played Greg Alford up front that night, I think. Because he could win ball, yeah.
That's Blackwell in a nutshell for you, isn't it?
Who were famous strike partnership for Preston that night?
John Mackin?
No.
No.
They also run a podcast.
John Parkin?
John Parkin, Chris Brown.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, nearly as famous as us, those two.
Yeah.
Nearly as famous as us.
You're Parkin.
He'll behave. I'm not that big. He looks like me and you merged. What are you talking about? So that was that. We went to Wembley again. Good old Wembley. This is when I managed to buy my dad a pint of London Pride and he wouldn't drink it because he said it looked like cold tea. I bought him that in the Euston Flyer. What happened at Wembley, Johnny?
Just remember it being a nice hot day. Mr. Mike Dean refereeing.
Yep.
So we're on to loser to start, weren't we? Because Blackwell had slagged him previously.
Yeah, he had.
Before we even kicked the ball.
Yep.
Wade Elliott scores with an absolute screamer.
Mm-hmm.
We go 1-0 down to a Burnley side who were just dogged, weren't they, under Owen Coyle?
Yeah, they were awful.
Robbie Blake, Martin Patterson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're all going to set world alight, but they were just dogged. Went 1-0 up and then we just never really got a foothold at game. We missed a couple of alright chances. Should have had a penalty definitely on Kyle Walker.
Yeah, he got nailed, didn't he?
Got absolutely wiped out. I think it was twice until he got took out.
Yeah.
But Dean will give us nothing that day. We're determined.
Yeah.
And did Jamie Ward get sent off?
Jamie Ward got sent off for were it 2 handballs?
Yeah, definitely an handball, but got him sent off.
Yeah, he basically tried to handle it, didn't he, to score. And Dean sent him off, and I just remember Blackwell being furious. But that day was awful. All I remember everyone going ballistic for the from the match. I remember us going ballistic for the penalty, and I remember Elliott's goal, and that was it. It was an awful game of football again, weren't it? And my dad then swore he was never going again. So that was that one. United then got worse over the next few years, and we slumped into League One. This one I find nearly as difficult to talk about as last year's. So 2011, 2012, we went into the playoffs, but in League One. What do you remember about that season, Johnny? Who was the manager for United?
Danny Wilson played some great football.
He did.
Obviously, what happened with Jed Evans, and that's the ultimate reason we didn't go up second. I don't care what anybody else says.
Yeah.
He just turned up that year, didn't he, Evans? He scored 30 odd goals, and we would have gone up. And we probably would have got close to Charlton.
Yeah, we would. I mean, we went that day, didn't we, to MK Dons, where United took, as usual, about 7,000. And Alan Smith scored against us for MK Dons, and Evans had just been sent to prison the day before, and you could tell United's players' heads weren't in it, were they, at all?
No.
They were all over the place, and then I think did Wednesday score at last minute from Mikel Antonio to win.
They beat Carlisle at home, didn't they? Just remember it.
Yeah. It was a difficult one. So we ended up in the playoffs. Who did we play over the 2 legs?
So that year, did we play that year?
Difficult. North London.
Oh, still, Stevenage. Yeah. I was only talking about it the other day with Dad, actually, because Stevenage were in playoffs like yesterday.
Yeah.
Awful away, like 0-0. Went all that way down, didn't we?
Yeah.
Drew 0-0.
Friday night, weren't it? Went straight from work, didn't we? Went down on Friday. I remember it being horrendous.
Yeah.
With that horrible little pub, weren't we, in the middle of that block of flats?
Yeah, about a 2-mile walk to it.
Yeah, it was hideous.
Drew 0-0 down there, less of the better. And then late on, we beat them at home 1-0. Again, across from right hand side.
Yep.
And this time, Porter.
Was it Porter or was it Neil Collins? Might have been Porter. Might have been Porter, yeah. Yeah, I'm have to look at that.
I think it was Porter, anyway.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah,
so what happened then?
1-1-0 against the Stevenage side, who, let's be honest, should never have been up there. They had Graham Wesley as manager before we played them.
Yeah.
But he left just previous to it, and they just continued being absolute houses, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Just dirty and dogged and played long ball, and not good to watch, but
no,
we were effective and got in playoffs. We should have gone up that day, but
yes, you're right. It was Porter. Yeah,
header.
Porter. Yeah, Chris Porter header. Yeah, so that was that. Got us through to Wembley. Opponents at Wembley.
Yeah, we got Huddersfield, didn't we? And to be fair, we were quite happy to get in Huddersfield rather than MK Dons, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. The MK Dons side were quite good.
Our issue that day, apart from the obvious missing the penalties and whatnot, was obviously Evans had been sent to prison, and then the big miss of the day was Kevin McDonald didn't play.
Yeah.
Because he'd been outstanding all year. He got injured against Stevenage at home in league, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he did play in that playoff final. You wanted him for Wembley, that big pitch.
You did. I mean, the other issue we got, we kind of went into the final with only Chris Porter, didn't we? Who was half fit.
Yeah.
Because Cresswell had got injured, and Cresswell got an eye injury. Cresswell weren't fit. Evans had been sent down, and Beattie was suspended, weren't he? Because it was the second coming of James Beattie. Didn't he get sent off? He hit someone, didn't he, in a away match for Exeter?
Yeah, I don't know if he hit someone or two-footed him at Exeter, but yeah.
So he was suspended, and I'm sure that left us in a position where we got Michael O'Halloran, weren't it, as backup to Chris Porter going into that game. So we were really, really thin on the ground, weren't we? Horrendous match. I can't remember us having a shot all game. Can you?
I can't remember Huddersfield having a shot either. They were awful.
No.
All put away to pens, didn't we? And
Yeah.
we were actually sat in Club Wembley at that time, me and you.
Yeah, we were, yeah. Yeah, we got a right view, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a cracking view. We'd have to park at Luton, though, hadn't we, because of congestion, because it were awful.
Yeah,
Um,
training and
Yeah.
and then just remember us, Huddersfield missed the first 3 penalties,
Yeah.
and then if you don't go up and your opposition missed the first 3 penalties in a shootout, you deserve everything you get.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I remember being able to take that one because we were stood at ground just fucking laughing, weren't we? We were just we were fuming but laughing because you were like, just typical, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
That was the playoff final that my dad refused to go to as well.
Yes, it was. Yeah, he refused to go into that one. I'm not going because they won't win. And he was right. He was right. So that was Huddersfield. That one is best left out of the memory. After Huddersfield, then we got in the playoffs again the year after. Who started the season as manager, Johnny? So it's 2012, 2013.
Wilson started season as manager.
He did. And who managers in the playoffs?
Chris
Morgan. So we had Chris Morgan take us into the playoffs. Things had got really turgid, hadn't they, that season? I think Wilson had realised we didn't have the players anymore for expansive football. Sean Miller had been top scorer, hadn't he, that season? We'd only scored about 11 or 12 goals.
Do we have Miller and Blackman?
Yeah, Nick Blackman had played all right, hadn't he? And then when we sold him, didn't we?
Sold him, as usual.
Yeah, so we did the usual trick then and sold him. I remember we had a good cup run that year, though, didn't we? No, I'm thinking a couple of years later under Clough.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking a couple of years later under Clough because
we should have given Wilson the playoffs at least that year.
Yeah, we should. So McCabe took a gamble, didn't he? So McCabe was chairman and he sacked Wilson because he was worried that we wouldn't win our last few games of the season and we'd drop out of the playoffs. So Wilson got the sack and he was in charge for the playoffs.
Yeah, Morgan was in charge and we drew Yeovil in playoffs.
Yeah, we did.
Let's be honest. What is that? We lost to Yeovil with 2 legs. Beat them 1-0 at home.
Yep.
Callum McFadden.
Yep.
Scored. And went down to the Yeovil on a bank holiday Monday.
Yep.
And we were expecting maybe they'll get to the final. But
yeah,
it didn't work like that, did it? We got beat 2-0 at Yeovil.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah. You don't beat Yeovil, you don't deserve to be anywhere near.
I mean, what is that? When you look back now.
Yes, you're absolutely right. What is that? So that was Yeovil. United gave us a year off the playoffs the year after. So this was Clough's first season, wasn't it, in charge? We had a really good run. We got to the... was that the League Cup semi-final year? It was, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was FA Cup semi-final year, Clough's first season, wasn't it? Because he'd come in late because Morgan didn't get the job permanently. It was David Weir. He lasted about as long as Ruben Sayers. Clough came in. Clough took us on a bit of a run. And the football wasn't great. I know, again, on memory lane on the pinch, they've done a fantastic cover of this over Clough's 2 seasons. Who were our opponents in the playoffs, Johnny?
Swindon Town.
Yep.
I think we finished 5th. We finished 4th.
Yep.
So we could have got Chesterfield in the final that year, couldn't we?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
So they ended up lost to Preston, but yeah, we got Swindon at home first leg. I think we were winning 1-0, weren't we?
Yeah.
Kieran Freeman score.
Yep.
Kieran Freeman beat Wes Fodringham in it, I reckon, that night.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm. And then I think Swindon missed a pen.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they scored 2 in second half. Sam Ricketts and someone else, I can't remember the one.
Yeah, well,
Sam Rickett scored at 90th minute to get them a 2-1 win at Lane, didn't he?
he did. If you remember that one, United had, I mean, it was close. So we had a team of right backs, and we got John Brayford playing centre half, and Brayford went off injured, and then United completely fell apart, didn't they? Completely fell apart when Brayford went off, and we just didn't know how to defend at all. Q, that second leg.
Yeah, it's just the most bizarre game you've ever seen, isn't it? We got there, you're thinking you've got to score first, 3-0 down after 12, 14 minutes.
Yep.
And you're thinking, well, this could be 10.
Yep.
Did Bash score?
Bash scored. Yep.
I'm not going to tell you all these scores from this game, I don't think.
I think it's Basham Davis from my notes. Basham Davis, Dunn and Adams got a couple. Drew 5-all, didn't we? Basically.
Drew 5-all, and yeah, we weren't good. We were not.
No.
We would have fluked it if we'd have got some out of that game. Just a wild game of football, 5 apiece. I mean, then Michael Smith up top.
He did.
And he run us ragged, and yeah, I just remember it. And yeah, 5-all and went out, and I think Swindon got smashed in final to Preston, didn't they?
Yeah, didn't Beckford score an hat-trick?
Beckford scored, yeah.
Yeah. I just remember that night we watched it with Big Sean, and you and Lee had enough and went off home because Sean was tormenting you. And then you rang me and said, I'm coming back. Because United made it like 5-4 with a couple of minutes to go. Didn't Craig Alcock play centre half for us?
Yeah, that was part of the problem. I'm sure McEverly played as well. So we started the season with Slav, and Paul came up and took over. And we ended up getting Forest in playoffs.
We did.
I think topsy-turvy, we could end up with Huddersfield over 2 legs.
Yeah.
We ended up with Forest because they were a late goal or something, weren't there? And yeah, we ended up playing them at home first. We lost 2-1.
We did, we lost 2-1.
Lost 2-1. Jack Colback and Brennan Johnson for Forest.
Yep.
And then Sander Boot scored in 90th minute to give us a lifeline into go in there. And you were just going there with a puncher's chance, we were thinking, weren't we?
Yeah, we did, because United didn't play well, did they, in that first leg at all at home?
No.
Forest sold out the top and bottom tier as well, which was really controversial.
I remember that. Yeah. That's what really peeved everyone off, didn't it?
It did.
They sold Forest the top tier. And why? I think they put United on bottom tier. I'm sure the Forest just at top.
I thought they got both tiers, because I just remember there was a lot of noise from that away end, weren't there?
Yeah. They wore that horrible orange and yellow kit, didn't they?
They did. I mean, that Forest side was a good Forest side, really.
Yeah. But to be fair, we both thought we were run, didn't we, late on? Because Cooper did a good job at Forest that year, but Beckinbottom did a great job as well.
Oh, he did. Cracking job. So then comes the away leg.
The away leg, obviously, you're thinking you go in there with a puncher's chance, get the first goal, and you're back in it. Conceded very early. Brennan Johnson again.
Yep.
And then you're thinking second half might be a long half and whatnot, but we come out with some fight. Can't remember if Flex scores first.
Yep.
Then Gibbs White.
Yep.
So we make it 2-1. And I just remember it going to extra time and late on in extra time. Oh,
the chances we had, And Dye missed one.
Dominated. We absolutely battered Forest that second half and in extra time. And Dye hit one. And the studs of Samba saved one. And the other one who's saying it was fantastic. It is hand.
Yeah, it did.
Samba, and you're like, it just weren't our night great, and then lottery of penalties, you always knew we were going to struggle against a big frame of Bryce Samba. So.
Yeah, well, he was outstanding, weren't he? He saved 3 penalties that night. He was just brilliant, weren't he, in goal? You couldn't. We just came up against a goalkeeper who played the game of his life, didn't we, that night? And we'd so nearly done it. And if we'd have beat Forest in that match, I think we'd have probably won at Wembley that season.
You're talking rubbish. We won. No, we should beat Huddersfield, shouldn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
But
we should.
Yeah.
So.
Right, thank you for tonight.
No, you're doing it now. You're doing it. We've gone all the way through. So, that was that. We obviously went up the year after under Heckingbottom, came straight back down the awful season that no one talks about, where we just weren't ready and we'd sold all our best players. Cue last season. So United, as Wilder tells you, we had 92 points, but 2 taken off us because we didn't pay for Brewster. Leeds and Burnley both finished on over 100 points. United, I still think we kind of threw it away in the space of a week, didn't we, with those games where we lost at Oxford, lost at home to Millwall and lost at Plymouth. We went into the playoffs against Bristol City and weren't hopeful. What happened over 2 legs, Johnny, against Bristol?
Yeah, so we went down to Bristol on a night game. We were quite quietly confident. You're thinking just go to Bristol and then get a draw and then take it back to Lane. But we were brilliant, to be fair.
Yeah, we were.
It helped, obviously, with red card. We had a goal disallowed in first 15, 20 minutes for nothing.
Yeah, he weren't offside. That was ridiculous.
Just a joker rule. And then their player Radke for more down and got sent off. Rob Dickey. I think it was the second time he got sent off against that season.
Yep.
Burroughs smashed on penalty, 1-0. And you're thinking, I just remember kept saying to Lee that we need a second goal. We need 2 to take it to 3 just to kill it tonight. Let's kill it tonight. Brooks smashes in a second.
Yep.
And then Aware made it 3. So
yeah, that was a
great night.
Goal. Yeah.
And it was one of the only times I got back in car and my dad sat in car and went, I'm happy. So, yeah.
Yeah. So we won the away leg 3-0. We came back to Bramall Lane on the Monday night. Pretty much, you felt like it was done. I mean, fair play to those Bristol fans for coming, because I wouldn't have gone, would you?
No.
I wouldn't have gone.
I'm guessing they'd already bought tickets, hadn't they?
Yeah, but a Monday night, you're already 3-0 down. Yeah, and you're going against this, third best side in league, and United were light years ahead of Bristol, weren't we, last season? So what happened in the home leg?
I think we had a bit of a cagey first 10 minutes, didn't we, where everyone was saying just keep it tight for the first 10, and if we don't concede, then we should be alright. Kiefer Moore scored just before half-time header.
Yep.
We made it 2-0 pretty early second half.
We did.
I can't remember who scored second, but I know O'Hare scored as well.
Were Hamer got the second?
Yeah, I was Hamer. But we won 3-0, and you're thinking, we look good. I can remember watching the Sunderland Coventry game next night, probably wanting Coventry to win.
Yeah,
because I fancied us more against them, even though Sunderland had lost their last 5.
Yeah.
In league, you just fancied us more against Coventry. And then we get Sunderland in final, which it's horrible. That is the hardest one's been to take, because it's the first time we've deserved to win in the final.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Now, the cards on the table, I didn't go to this one. It's the only one I've missed final wise. I was going on holiday, so I watched it in Manchester before I flew. We scored a cracking goal, didn't we, from Tyrese Campbell? Beautiful goal, racing through and chipping the keeper. Burrow scored a legitimate goal as far as I'm concerned. They said Sousa was offside, didn't they, for impeding the goalkeeper and being in an offside position, blocking his line of sight. And what stepped in to disallow the goal, Johnny?
The wonderful VAR, which I'm not being funny. I've seen so many goals since that are worse blocking the keeper's view and haven't been disallowed. The same referee as well, Chris Kavanagh. And if we go in 2-0, it was over. It was. And it seemed to give us a right kick in the stomach.
It did.
Although second half, we missed chances. Brooks missed a one-on-one.
Absolute sitter, didn't he? Yeah.
And then from then on, it was just a nightmare. Me and Lee went for a leak on 70-odd minutes just to pass some time because it just seemed to be dragging. And while we were in toilet, Sunderland scored. Yeah. And to this day, I've never seen goal back because I refused to watch it. And then it felt like at that point that we'd lost to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they weren't even in game, Sunderland.
No,
they had no chances whatsoever, but you just felt the momentum swing at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I think on the day, bring McCallum on when Amo got injured instead of Brereton Diaz.
Yeah.
Just to give some extra cover on that side because they brought that Mayender on, didn't they?
They did.
Roberts.
They did. Yeah.
And it just helped us give us a bit more strength on that side. But I just remember saying Robinson got turned easy and then they smashed it in Mayender. And then the second goal, which I've spoke to you a million times about, and I've said it on this pod, Cooper's got to save it. It's the slowest shot I've ever seen from 30 yards.
Yeah.
He's passed it forward and it's just gone in corner. I think Cooper thinks it's going wide. But again, I've seen that back on a GIF or a meme, but I can't watch it. I can't watch the highlights of it.
Yeah, I mean, in the build-up to that Watson goal as well, Kiefer Moore played him clean through, didn't he?
Passed him ball.
Just played him in. It was ridiculous.
Chowdhury and Robinson or Ronaldo just backing off, and
well, I think the problem was they were all wrong-footed, weren't they? Because Moore's pass for Watson just completely bisected our midfield. If their player had played it, it'd have been perfect.
I do think the game was lost though when they scored their first goal.
Yeah, United's heads went.
They'd gone. They'd absolutely gone. We just melted. But yeah, it's so. I can't watch it. That's been the hardest one to take for me, and that's probably been the worst defeat of my life watching United on.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Newcastle was pretty bad.
No, but you're in Premier League. You go into them games not expecting to do anything, and it's the hope that kills you.
Wigan?
Worse than that for me. Worse than the Wigan game. No.
Worse than the Wednesday one when O'Grady scored.
Yeah. The worst feeling I've had, yeah. I've said it a few times that surely they're going to break the curse in our lifetime, in his mid to late 30s. But I wanted them to win at Wembley for my dad.
Yeah.
For their lifetime, and you're like,
It's 100 years now, Johnny.
Honestly, I don't talk about it at all. I don't even mention it. I'm all joking. I was depressed for 2 weeks.
I know you were. I remember I had to deal with the calls. You ruined my holiday.
I was literally just depressed.
Yeah, I know. It was bad. It was a bad time for you. But you've got through it now. This has been your exposure.
No, because I was watching playoffs the other night, and it was Millwall and Hull. Who's not mentioned Millwall? Tommy Watson. I was just fuming. There were no words.
We having flashbacks?
And they kept bringing it up, didn't they? I'm like, oh god. So yeah, you think you're over it, and then It's just like peeling an open wound again.
Honestly.
Picking at it.
Next thing you'll be wearing a bandana and just saying, "You don't know, man, you weren't there."
Yeah.
So, on that very, very happy note, we hope you've really enjoyed that episode, because I said to Johnny, let's do it. Come on, we've got to do it. It's the eve of the playoffs. The playoffs have been dreadful so far. They've been absolutely awful. And who knows whether the final will actually go ahead at the time of recording this one. We're not quite sure. What else you want to say about United's playoff misery, Johnny, before I hand us over to Mr. Needham?
No, it's just that we keep saying that we're not going again and we don't want playoffs, but we'll be there, won't we?
Well, is there into 75 teams in it next season?
We'll just snatch your hands off for it this season, won't we?
Yeah, we would. Been expanded, though, hasn't it, to 6 next year?
6 next year, yeah, which, might be a bit of a farce, but...
Yeah. Gives us another opportunity to lose.
Yeah.
Something else. Gives us another thing to be depressed by. But that's that. So, I've been Matt. He's been Johnny. There's nothing else to say but up the blades.
Up the blades.
Who put the ball in the Wednesday net? Who put the ball in the Wednesday net? Who put that ball in the Wednesday net? Super Tyrese Campbell.